What's up everyone? If you clicked on this video, you're probably having some trouble finding that champion that's perfect for you. When finding your main, I think there's two important things. Finding the champion that fits your playstyle, and finding the champion that you just thoroughly enjoy. This video is going to be about matching the champions with the traits that describe who you are as a League player. So I broke down the different types of champions into 11 categories, all describing a certain type of playstyle and personality. So without further ado, let's go through each category and I want you to figure out which category describes you the best as a League player. Category 1. You enjoy having a combination of damage and utility. You might find yourself shoving lanes really fast, and you enjoy champions with more AoE abilities. Warding has also never been an issue for you. In fact, getting good vision is something that you thrive at. You're someone that would be really good at control mages. Control mages can impact the game with their ability to wave clear and zone out the enemies. They can find themselves peeling or setting up fights, depending on the situation. As a control mage, I recommend playing mid and support. The champion I recommend is Lulu. Lulu can be flexed at both mid or support. For a full list of control mages and all of the other categories that I mentioned, please check the description. Category 2. Your best asset as a League player is your mechanics. You're the type of player who's always getting multi-kills, often carrying a team fight with your damage alone. You have really quick fingers and pretty quick thinking. You're a super aggressive player and often a bit impatient. You love making the highlight reel plays and dishing out tons of damage. You're someone that would be really good at hyper carries. As a hyper carry, I recommend playing mid or ADC. Hyper carries are champions that have the perfect kits for outplaying, and have a ton of damage that with proper kiting or positioning they can carry a game. In the mid lane, I recommend Syndra. As AD carry, I recommend Vayne. Category 3. You're the type of person that loves to sit in a lane and snowball. You've never been the best team fighter, but in 1v1 situations, you know what you're doing. Farm is important to you, but why farm minions when you can farm the enemy laner? You're relentless and you show no mercy, and if you have to win the game without grouping the entire game, you will. You're good at running quick combos and you know your limits well, or at least you think you do. You're someone that would be good with duelists. As a duelist, I recommend top lane, and the champions I recommend are Fiora and Renekton. Category 4. You're the type of player that loves soaking up damage. While other people were complaining about the tank meta, you were praising it. You look at turrets and you laugh at them. You're the type of player who doesn't mind getting 0 kills as long as you win the game. You might not be the best mechanically, but you can still impact the game with your game knowledge. You have good awareness in teamfights, and you prefer champions with a lot of CC. You are someone that would be really good at meat shields. I recommend playing top or support. For top, I recommend Maokai. And for support, I recommend Nautilus. Category 5. You are a lone wolf. You're sneaky. You look at enemy carries and you drool. You love champions with tons of burst damage. You have no problem wasting everything to get 1 kill and then get out. You love going lane to lane tilting the enemies. You're always looking to get snowballed, but it doesn't matter to you which lane you get snowballed off of. Nothing puts a smile on your face more than when the enemy flames and rage quits because of you, and you feel no remorse. Sometimes your aggressiveness can be your downfall, but that's just the risk you're willing to take. You're somebody that would be really good at assassins. As an assassin, I recommend mid or jungle. For mid lane, I recommend Zed. For jungle, I recommend Rengar. Category 6. You're a rather docile person. You never feel safe, so you're always playing way back. Assassins are your worst nightmare. The more range a champion has, the better. You feel empowered by being able to deal damage from so far away. And there's nothing you love more than those long cold wars where you get to just freely do damage while the enemy is wave clearing under turret. Your best asset as a League player is your ability to position properly, both in lane and in teamfights. You're not the person to overextend for a kill because you're not greedy. You're patient, calm, collective, and you have no problem farming up. You are someone that would be good with poke champs. For poke champs, I recommend playing mid or ADC. For ADC, I recommend playing Caitlyn. For mid lane, I recommend Lux. Category 7. You're the type of player who loves to be all over the map. You enjoy the champions with extremely versatile kits, and lots of mobility is a must. You find yourself in sticky situations often due to your active playstyle. You love the fast-paced games, and you love to skirmish. You might not be the best at teamfighting, and you might not be the best in 1v1s, but those 2v2s, those 3v3s, even the 2v3s is where you thrive. You're pretty good at predicting the enemy, and you are unpredictable. Nothing is more fun than defying the odds and winning a fight that you shouldn't have, or escaping in a time where everyone thought you were doomed. You are somebody that would be good at playing pervasive champs. Pervasive champs typically have strong single target focus or single target CC. They also have tons of mobility and extremely unpredictable kits. I recommend playing mid or jungle for this category. For mid lane, I recommend Echo. For jungle, I recommend Lucian. And category 8. You're a very selfless person. You aren't greedy, and you get a lot of joy out of keeping people alive. Nothing is more gratifying to you than when someone thanks you for saving them. You're good at positioning, and you have a good awareness of your teammates' positioning. You're extremely patient, and you have no problem dying to save your teammates. You are good at peeling, but maybe not so good at engaging and setting up fights. You are someone who would be best at buff champs. Now, I couldn't really think of another way of classifying these champions, but these are the champions that give the true meaning of supporting. Obviously, I recommend playing support, and the champion I recommend is Janna. Category 9. You love to farm. You are patient, and you never give up in a game. In your mind, the game isn't over until the Nexus is killed. The later the game goes, the more confident you feel. The more items you have, the better you are. You enjoy the passive lanes. You don't get bored. Farming is fun to you. Some of you might get flamed for farming so much, but you know the people flaming will apologize once you carry them in the late game. You're somebody that would be best at playing stackers. If you fit this category best, you should play top or jungle. For top lane, I recommend Nasus. For jungle, I recommend Master Yi. Category 10. You're the type of person that gets a high from setting up wombo combos. You're a risk taker and you love team fighting. You might not be the best at laning, but you know once you get into team fighting, you can make a huge impact. You seem to have a knack for finding good engages, and you know how to sneak your way into the backline. You are extremely trigger happy, though sometimes it works out well. You're all about that ultimate cooldown, and whenever it's up, you're always looking for something big. You hate playing against split pushers, and you hate when you have a split pusher on your team. You are somebody that would be best at playing all inners. For all inners, I recommend top lane or jungle. For top lane, I recommend Lissandra. And for jungle, I recommend Amumu. Category 11. You're the type of person that's all about setting up plays. You trust your mechanics and you trust your skill shots. You're really good at getting vision control and you love picking people off. While you might not enjoy playing those point and click CC monsters, you still enjoy that feeling of setting up an incredible catch or just an incredible play. You are someone that would be best on playmakers. As a playmaker, I recommend support, and the champion that I recommend is Thresh. So that's going to wrap up the video, guys. Keep in mind that I am aware that you can fit into multiple categories, but I encourage you to really analyze yourself, think it through thoroughly what most fits your playstyle. At the end of the day, you should play who you enjoy over the champion that you do well on. Win rate is important, but if you're not having as much fun, then what's the point? I hope this helped you guys find your main, and I wish you all the best on the Rift. Again, check the description if you want a full list of all the champions in your given category. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and as always, subscribe to my channel if this is your first time on my videos. Thank you guys for all the support. Until next time.